gonna get in my way cause I won't let you. Yeah, you're sick, but I am on another level. I don't like you when I'm not gonna pretend to. I got a great life that
Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Oh, he's going to take a shot right and got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Ready, hot!
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 20.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Down. Black 22. Black 22.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And that is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Come back, come back. Red, green, the line, green, the line.
Out of the gun, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Black 99, feel it. 4 down, 4 down. Alert. Tiger.
Watson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Come back. Hey, black 22. Black 22. Come back.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down, and he fires one incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, black 22. Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Set. Lady.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
To throw is Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Tiger.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. He was looking to go back to Stills, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Yo, triple left, triple left. Hey, we got four. We got four down.
Now Tannehill. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up the first down.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
I got 86.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Richmond. Come back.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
We got four.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll go down at the 28. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Green the line.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5.
Hey, black 22! Black 22!
They'll run with a rookie. It's Boston Scott. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Tiger!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback is at Sales over the inline. So now here come the Dolphins. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the table and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Eluding the pressure right. And it it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Tannehill on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The fourth. Time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hurry. Where you at? Run to the hunt.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
On 3rd and short, Drake. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
20.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's a run with Balaj. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Red! Black 22! Black 22!
On first down, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
Operating from the gun, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Hey, 20! Single! Run to the hut!
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Amendola, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Target! Alert! Hey, 20!
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill and Stills over the middle. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, black 22! Black 22! Hey, alert 3. Richmond! Come back!
On 1st and 10, Watson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into the pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Oh, yeah! Trip left. That's what it hurt.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27. Tannehill now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Whip. Watch the whip.
From the red zone now, Tannehill on the move to his left. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The pitch out to Drake. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Go, zip. Ready, hot. Go.
Tannehill now to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Tannehill. Flush to his right. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Parker unable to get that one.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
No, off. Back. Motion.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Down. Blue 80. Richmond.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Caught here by Griffin. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down. Richmond. Set. Black 22. Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
4 down. Set. Blue 80. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's it, baby. That's it. Hey, 4 down. Set. Black 22. Black 22.
Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we are. Hey, green.
Here's a give to Miller. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Down. Green the line. Green the line. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back.
From the 50, it's Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Red, green the line. Green the line.
On first down, it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Come back, come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans will extend their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot. You're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Here's Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10, Tannehill once more. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. It's complete to Drake. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Ready, hunt!
To throw is Tannehill, and he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Sanders now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Watson hands this to Foreman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing now, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Now it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Now a handoff to Miller. Down to the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Down. Black 22.
And they will take a knee here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Down. Black 20.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So in a game that's been full of twists and turns, here's another with time winding down.
And now, as you say, time's obviously a huge factor. But all you're looking for now is 3. So one big play, maybe a penalty, and you might get that shot after all.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Zebra.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
4 down. 29. Here you go, Tiger. Play. Run to the hunt. Go. Mike 29. Hip.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, 20. Go.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. He was looking that time for Stills.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Hey, 4 down. Hey, back.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Houston, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Miami, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be